Hey there, friends. Here's something I want to discuss with you that I think is very, very important for young artists, and it smacked me in the face yesterday. We are getting overloaded. What I mean by that is, I was putting up these performances that I did in the studio, the live guitar, ukulele, vocal, whatever it may be, and really excited about it because they came out pretty good. And so I bounced them and hadn't noticed that Pro Tools had done an update. I knew about the update, but sometimes when you do updates, they revert your preferences or change your preferences. Some of you will know what I'm talking about here, and it's kind of a pain in the butt. I didn't check to see if my preferences had changed because I always have the same preferences. What happened was that I bounced those masters, the original two videos. You didn't see the second video. You saw the first one of Maureen, but the original videos were in mono. Not the videos themselves, but the audio was in mono. The engineer who did the mixing said to me, "Hey man, you did a great job with the masters, but why are they in mono?" And I went, "Oh, what the?" So I went back and checked, and yeah, the preferences got switched. The point of all this is we are overloaded as artists. I never had to worry about this in the old days. I had someone who engineered, I had someone who mixed, I had someone who mastered. I went out and did my job. I wrote songs, I performed, I made records, I produced records for other people. I didn't have to be on like 10 different social media platforms, and there are more coming every day. I didn't have to make videos. I didn't have to do content, and I didn't have to worry about my preferences being changed automatically with updates. So this is a caveat for young artists that I'm not sure that we're meant or intended to handle all of this. People always talk about, I got to get a manager, and I got to get a publicist, and I got to get... Yeah, but that's all changed as well, right? Like, the role of a manager is not the same today. There's even the dude from Hipgnosis who's buying all those publishing catalogs. He's now starting a big management umbrella where you give them a percentage and they do all the work. I don't know how that's going to work, but the role of a manager has changed. And maybe even the role of a publicist, because the publications are not doing their job. Journalists are not doing their job. In the old days, and don't slam me about this, it's just the truth. In the old days, journalists would find the story and they would doggedly pursue it. They would find new music. They were hungry. They were relentless about finding new music and new artists and championing them. Now it's all about money, and they are lucky to have jobs, right? It's not their fault all the time. It's not their fault. They're just fortunate to be in a position to collect a paycheck. So if the role of a manager has changed, and the role of a publicist, and the role of a booking agent, they're booking a year out now, I would say that our jobs as they stand right now, like having to make videos and content and social media, like when do you write great songs? Like when do you have the time to do that? Because it's definitely cutting into my time. I started a new song for the first time in a long while this week, and I was getting frustrated because I was chipping tiny pieces off the rock, and I'm like, wait a minute, where is this going? This shouldn't be this hard. The problem is you keep getting distracted and you keep getting your attention swerved somewhere else because that's what's expected of us. I think it's a little overwhelming what's expected of an artist these days, and a conversation needs to be held about that the record labels and the business in general are expecting way too much from us if they want us to do our job and write great songs and give them something that will last for years and years and years, because the rest of this is taking up way too much time. And now I had to go back, for example, and rebounce them and check them, and maybe I should have done that in the first time. But the problem is I had 10 other things pulling at me and my attention to do rather than doing what I should have been doing. You dig? So that's what I'm afraid of for young artists today and how they're going to handle it. I think there's a little bit too much being asked of everybody right now. I would rather have great artists write great songs and make great albums and let other people help them facilitate that. I don't know how we do that going forward and support the arts going forward so that we're not just left with rich kids making music. You know what I mean?